This is WNEP TV 16, the news station. Now, Nolan Johannes, Karen Harch, Jack Ruland in Skycam 16, meteorologist Tom Clark with his backyard forecast, and Tim Carlson Sports. This is Newswatch 16.
Good evening. It's play ball once again at the Little League World Series in South Williamsport.
And here at Labadie Field, the crowds knew it was something extra special. Game number 1 got underway at 2 this afternoon, but not before special opening ceremonies where hundreds of pigeons were released over the South Williamsport home Little League field. Then appropriate ceremonies honoring our nation's flag. And that was followed by play ball, game number 1 between 2 European teams, one American youngsters from a U.S. Air Force base in Spain against a Venezuelan championship team. Tim Carlson said it last night on Newswatch 16. This brand of baseball is exciting, it's innocent, and it's pure. Kids playing for the love of baseball and the possible exhilaration of a world championship. But in the light of some of the recent bad publicity about professional baseball, we're wondering what the kids are really thinking. Will they ever want to really play pro ball? Newswatch 16's Kathy Bellich has been here all day watching the play-by-play, talking to the kids. Kathy, I understand you put that question about pro ball to some of them, right?
That's right, Nolan. There's a Little League team here from Chicago, Illinois. They're in the outfield now with the blue uniforms. What a great bunch of kids. With all the problems, as you mentioned, that pro baseball has had, a major drug scandal, strikes, highly publicized money battles, these kids say they love the game so much that they still dream of becoming pros. Central prepared for its game by watching 2 other teams play earlier today. They closely watched the defensive moves. These players are serious. Outfielder John DeAndrea says he'd like to play for the Chicago Cubs someday.
I don't know, I just like getting in the action, and it's fun.
You think you're pretty good?
I think so.
Scott Maurer has come up with a new system to keep the pro players' skyrocketing salaries in check.
The better they do, the more money they should get.
If they have a bad year, what do you think then?
Don't pay them as much.
Well, what if you were a pro player? Would you like that system?
Not really.
At 11 and 12 years old, these kids have definite ideas about drugs and baseball. They all tell me the mix is stupid. Jack Manganello was disappointed when his favorite player, the New York Mets' Keith Hernandez, popped up in last year's Major League drug scandal.
It hurt me because he's really good, and why does he have to do it since he's such a good player?
The Chicago players are good players. They're also good kids. And so many people have come here to South Williamsport to see all these good kids play. The hotels and motels in the area are packed. And if you don't believe it, Newswatch 16's Dan Fiorucci is here to tell you all about it. Dan?
And Kathy, while you're down there at field level, we're up here just beyond left center field on a hill. At the moment, some 30,000 fans, some of them with me, are estimated to be in town as the Little League playoff games get underway. That number is expected to swell as we near Saturday, the actual day of the World Series. It is the week this scenic little community lives for, the week of the Little League World Series.
Front desk, may I help you?
But don't try to book a hotel room just now. There aren't any for miles around.
You got anything left? No, sir, we're all sold out this evening.
Little League Baseball pumps $10 million into this community each year, $6 million of that during this week alone.
Good morning, Chamber of Commerce.
The Chamber of Commerce says this is the biggest business week in the community outside of Christmas.
Little League and our capitalization of Little League and the worldwide identity affords us is the most important thing that Williamsport has for itself.
I think we love it.
Mm-hmm. Now, by week's end, this stadium should be absolutely jammed. We're expecting some 40,000 people for that World Series game on Saturday, meaning that the population of this town will more than double. Dan Fiorucci live with the Instacam. Nolan, back up to you. Okay, Dan, thank you. And, of course, we'll have a lot more here from South Williamsport and the Little League World Series, including Tim Carlson of the Sports Watch and, of course, Tom Clark with the Weather Watch. But right now, let's go back to Karen Harch. Karen?
Thanks, Nolan. Some all-star Little Leaguers in Scranton will still play ball tonight, despite the damage vandals did overnight. Newswatch 16's Mark Anik says the Little League field on the south side was a mess.
At the South Scranton Little League field, they're getting ready to play ball. Tonight, it's the All-Star game. Tomorrow's the City-County Championship. But puddles aren't all they have to clean up.
What looked like a beer party and major vandalism occurred. this morning sometime or late last night.
When the Vandals were done with their beer, they smashed the bottles and threw them all around the dugout. They burned the scoreboard. Then they tore down the outfield signs that promote league sponsors. Ken Rose painted each one of those signs.
What's it like when you see something like this?
It's disgusting. I spent all last winter doing all the signs over, placing wood in the back. All last winter took me to do all these signs. You see something like this.
There are about 39 signs out here. Only 9 were left standing. Now, this isn't the first time this sort of thing has happened here at the South Scranton Little League. The people with the league say about 3 weeks ago, someone did the same thing. They tore all the signs off the fence and threw them all over the field. This time, though, they broke some of the signs in half. Joe Paradise says he thinks the same people did this, and he'd like to see them pay.
It would be nice if they could repair the signs themselves to see how much work is involved in it and make some kind of restitution, along with prosecution.
Police are investigating, but they say without witnesses, it will be difficult to make charges stick. They're asking anyone who heard or saw anything last night to call police at 348-4135. Mark Ennick, Newswatch 16, Scranton.
When Newswatch 16 continues, we'll have more play from the field of the Little League World Series, as well as an historic moment for a big piece of property, a museum.
Plus, we'll tell you about the war on the rats in Taylor. The fight has just begun.
All over this country, the little people are joining together to make one certain soft drink brand the 3rd largest in America.
To all the little people,
it's the one with vitamin C.
To friendship and to fun.
The one with that taste kids love.
To all the little reasons.
And a price that lets you serve a crowd.
That make Kool-Aid the one. Kool-Aid, Kool-Aid. We made it big for a lot of little reasons.
I'm Elliot Katuna. It's back-to-school savings time at the Gene King. Stop in at any Gene King store now and save big on Levi's jeans. Student and husky size cords, $15.88. Boys size 8 to 14, $13.88. Junior and Missy straight leg denims, only $20. Men's basic and button front straight leg pre-wash, $22. And straight leg cords, only $16.88.
Gene King's got it all for less.
The battle lines have been drawn, and the war on rats in Taylor is underway tonight. As Newswatch 16's Bob Reynolds reports, although not everyone agrees where the rats are coming from, they all agree they want to get rid of them.
This rat probably doesn't know it, but its days are numbered. Work has started at making Powell Street in Taylor rat-free. Borough workers have been busy taking load after load of junk from the area.
Since Friday, about 7 or 8. And possibly 9 or 10 before it's all over.
Wood piles and other debris are near some yards, and experts say the rats can use the junk as homes.
We're going to meet with the council every week, and until this is solved, we're going to just keep putting pressure on them.
Patricia Heil and other neighbors are working with borough officials to kill off the rats.
I don't want to share my house with nobody, especially a rat.
Taylor Borough recently gave Lackawanna County Vector Control about $1,000 to control rats in the entire borough. Now Taylor Borough officials have hired a private organization to kill off rats just here on Powell Street, and that's expected to cost at least $1,000. Despite taking the job away from Vector Control, borough officials insist they still have faith in that agency.
It's just a little bigger than the Vector Control, and their practices can handle.
It probably would help me because I won't have to be confined to the 400 and the 500 blocks of Powell Street. I can get my work done from Carbondale to Old Fort.
No matter who does the job, the rats are certainly quick on their feet. But residents hope to slow the rodents down and eventually stop them dead in their tracks. Bob Reynolds, Newswatch 16, Taylor.
DER has been called in to investigate gasoline vapors near a gas station in DuPont. Officials tell us tomorrow morning gas tanks will be dug up and checked to see if any are leaking. It's all because for the 3rd time in 2 days, fire crews were called to Route 315 in the Luzerne County community, where work crews are digging up the road to put in sewer lines. Every now and then they hit a pocket of gasoline vapor. If heavy equipment being used causes a spark, there could be a fire or explosion.
There was an explosion, loose piece of debris, loose piece of rock, and the edge of that bucket would go flying from that explosion, okay? Now, they now have a meter. They're taking every so many feet, so they're waiting for it to dissipate, so they're limiting the risk of explosion right there.
The fire chief says the only danger has been to workers in the pits, and he asked that a leaking gas tank at Vita's gas station be pumped out. He also thinks they now have the vapor problem solved, but DER isn't so sure and wants to check some more. Some state representatives wrapped up their second day of a hearing in Hazleton into the effects non-profit organizations have on small businesses here in Pennsylvania. Some people claim those organizations are competing too closely with small business and are costing the state money since they don't pay taxes. This committee has been traveling across Pennsylvania for the past 9 months, hearing testimony from both small businesses and nonprofit groups. A final report will be made to the State House in November. Newswatch 16's Valerie Devine spoke with those on both sides of the issue.
JD's Nautilus Health and Racket Club has only been in business in Hazleton for 2 years. Right now there are 245 members, but the management here says membership could be up another 50% if it wouldn't be for JD's nonprofit competitor, the YWYMCA. Owner Joe Zola says it's tough making ends meet.
Every time you turn around, you know, you got to keep reinvesting in your business. The YMCA, they have to do something. They have a fundraiser. They have people backing them financially. They have funds from the United Way. And whatever they have to be done, somebody pays for it. Whatever we have to do, we have to pay for ourselves.
Even though the YWYMCA is a nonprofit organization, officials here say it's not easy making ends meet either. Even though they don't have to pay taxes, they do have to pay bills. And they say sometimes the amount of funding they get isn't enough to meet expenses. The Y in Hazleton is currently operating under a $30,000 deficit. The only sources of funding are contributions, program fees, and the United Way. And even that money's harder and harder to come by.
Donors have been saying more and more, how self-reliant are you? United Way's been saying, how many dollars do you generate on your own? And it has forced us, I think, to appear probably more competitive.
One of the ways the Y has become more competitive is by expanding. While that's good news for business here, the owner at JD says it could keep him from making a decent profit. Valerie Devine, Newswatch 16, Hazleton.
Well, it's a great day for a baseball game, and Tom Clark is down there, shirt sleeves and all. So while I take my coat off, because it's only fair if our meteorologist has his off, I can have mine off too. Tom, take it away.
Okay, Nolan. Very warm, nice and sunny here in South Williamsport this evening. How much longer is this going to last? Well, I'll have the answer when we come back. You're watching Newswatch 16 on WNEP TV, and we're proud to serve Catawissa and all of Columbia County.
Consider basics. You should expect a store to have your everyday needs. One store goes beyond that. One store has built a reputation on not only having your everyday needs all the time, but having more basics than any other store. Priced low every day. That's different.
A different kind of department store. You ought to be shopping hills. Check us out.
All right, we're set to go down on the field now where all the action is, both on the diamond and in the stands, with our chief meteorologist, Tom Clark. Tom?
Okay, Nolan, thank you very much. Indeed, it is very warm and very sunny, and everybody's having a good time here. How's everybody doing? It's lovely. Look at the temperature here, 93 degrees deep in left field. I love this view. We get a good shot of the players. The lawn is very lush. They've had plenty of rain here. A few clouds overhead, some alto-cumulus clouds, but just enough to shade the sun a little bit from time to time. Let's have a look at what we have across the region. My weather watchers include, well, out there in State College, I have Karen Hauser, 83 in her backyard now, nice and sunny. Janice Shahutsky in Mount Carmel has 78 degrees and sunshine. And Matt Bortree, my buddy in Greeley, Pike County, 82 at his place, partly cloudy skies. In the backyard at home, we have a reading now of 79 degrees. The humidity is 62%. Kind of muggy out there. The wind north at 7 and the barometer at 30.08 inches and holding steady now. 79 and 67 the range here today. Not too far from normal. Kind of a warm night though. 45 the record low, and kind of cool a year ago, the high 74 degrees. And as you can see, not much wind blowing here tonight at Lomity Stadium. The flag in center field just about completely limp at this hour. The satellite view is up next, and you can see off to the east there in the wake of Hurricane Charlie, still lots of clouds from Pennsylvania southward across the Carolinas. Some rain showers now in, well, as close to us as southern New Jersey and down in the Baltimore, Washington area. Looks like upper air steering winds will guide that cloudiness and showers up towards Pennsylvania, arriving here probably sometime tomorrow night. So not all that nice over the next couple of days as we see it now. Plenty of heat out west, record-breaking temperatures all across the Rocky Mountains. Tonight, a nice night. The full moon out tonight. Just a few clouds overhead, but temperature-wise, cooling off, a little bit cooler than last night. 59 in Troy, 62 down there in Kelairs. Here in South Williamsport, the low 60s should do it. And in Dunmore, 62 and east wind overnight tonight. Now for the sunrise times tomorrow morning. That will be at 6:17, and the sun sets at 7:55. Now, the forecast for tonight. Partly cloudy, a dry night. Again, readings for the most part low to mid-60s. Tomorrow, a little bit of sun from time to time, but more clouds than what we had today. And temperatures, about 77 degrees in the backyard. And then tomorrow night, some light rain should move in. I don't think a whole lot, maybe about 1/10 of an inch or so, but nonetheless, some rain here and there. Then on Thursday, I think some showers in the morning, and then it may brighten up a little bit in the afternoon. Some sun should be okay for the games both tomorrow and on Thursday. Temperatures in the 70s once again on Thursday. On Friday, a cold front will come through from the upper Midwest. A thunderstorm is possible. And look at Saturday. I think it's going to be nice and sunny for the championship game, and temperatures comfortable. So that's it from deep in left field, and we'll be here again tomorrow night. It may not be quite as sunny as this, but I think the rain will hold off. Nolan?
All right, that's good news, Tom. Thank you. There's a major trade in the NFL today. Tim Carlson will have that on the Sports Watch next, along with a wrap on all the action here at the field in South Williamsport.
Before you think of lighting your stove this winter, dream of a stove that can't overheat. Dream of a stove that you never shake a grate. The dream comes true. The Alaska Stoker Stove. Like our Stoker Stove console, the perfect replacement stove with solid marble trim, completely automatic and pre-wired. See one burning today at your Stoker Stove dealer.
The Alaska Stoker Stove is available at these fine area dealers.
East meets West with a fun new way to enjoy McDonald's Chicken McNuggets. It's Chicken McNuggets Shanghai. Now you get plump, tender chunks of chicken with 3 totally new Oriental sauces. Cantonese sweet and sour, teriyaki, hot mustard, plus chopsticks, and a McFortune cookie. Taste the Orient at McDonald's. Pick up Chicken McNuggets Shanghai, or try to. But chop chop, the offer ends soon.
Here's the guy that's really excited about the Little League World Series, Tim Carlson on the Sports Watch. Tim?
Thanks a lot, Nolan. I'll tell you, this is an exciting place to be, and this is the place to be today around northeastern and central Pennsylvania. And the kids finally got down to playing baseball in this 40th Little League World Series here in South Williamsport. And how about another home run? We've had a lot of Dr. Longball here today, as a matter of fact. In Game 1, it was the team from Madrid, Spain, made mostly of those kids from the Air Force Base over there, taking on a team making its second straight appearance here at the Little League World Series from Maracaibo, Venezuela. Let's take a look at Game 1 highlights right now. We pick it up. Top of the 4th inning, Venezuela is up 4-0. They get 2 more. The ball hit the left. Spain's Kiki Kurske can't get it. It goes for an error. 2 runners score, and it's 6-0 Venezuela. Then, here comes the other runner right now. Then, in the top of the 5th inning, Venezuela's Yohel Pozo. Watch him take this one deep to left field. It's a solo shot, and all of a sudden it's 7-0 Venezuela. Then 3 batters later, pitcher Rafael Baskin, who pitched a 2-hitter, hits the line shot, a 2-run homer to center. That made it 9-0, and that's how it ended. Let's take a look at the scoreboard. Venezuela over Spain in that first game, 9-0. And there you see the final score. Now, the second game on today's schedule is going on right now. We are in the bottom of the 6th inning, and there's been a lot of long ball in this one. And right now, as we take a look at the scoreboard, you'll see Arizona is leading Norridge, Illinois by a score of 6-0 in the bottom of the 6th inning. However, they've just gotten a solo home run, has Illinois from one of their ball players, and it is now 6-1 in the bottom of the 6th inning, but Illinois has a long way to come back to win this one. Now, of course, in the Little League World Series, 2 more American teams will play in the first game tomorrow. One of those teams is from nearby
Maryland as you take a look at some of the live action. Wednesday at 2 o'clock, it'll be Brunswick, Maryland, taking on Sarasota, Florida, as we take a look at the matchups. And then in the second game tomorrow, a couple of foreign teams. It'll be Valleyfield, Quebec, taking on Tainan, Taiwan. Thursday at 2 o'clock, the foreign bracket winners will meet, and then at 5 o'clock, the American winners will meet. And the winners of those games, of course, will meet Saturday for the biggie at 4 o'clock, the championship of the Little League World Series. You can see that game live here at 4 o'clock on Channel 16. And by the way, since the Little League World Series became an international event and, in essence, a real World Series, the Americans have only won 4, while the foreign teams have taken home 15 titles. And don't forget, Jay Christopher, of course, will be here live again tomorrow at noon with all the action from the Little League World Series. Let's talk about NFL football right now. And the Buffalo Bills have been making a lot of noise the last couple of days. Yesterday, of course, they signed quarterback Jim Kelly to a multi-year, multi-million-dollar contract. Today, they let one of their veterans go, a running back, in a trade deal. And it happens to be running back Joe Cribbs, a former All-Pro. The Bills traded Cribbs to the San Francisco 49ers for 2 undisclosed draft choices. Cribbs, the Bills' leading rusher from 1980 to 83. After being chosen in the second round of the 80 NFL draft, he played his college ball at Auburn. Cribbs made a short-lived jump to the USFL in 83 to play with Birmingham, but after playing for them in 84 and 85, Cribbs rejoined Buffalo after the Stallions folded. Cribbs seemed expendable after the Bills drafted running back Ronnie Harmon from Iowa in this year's college draft, so he is gone to the San Francisco 49ers. And one more football note that I'm excited to talk about, and that's tonight. We will start our Super 16 preseason high school football rankings, and you know what that means. High school football season can't be very far away. As a matter of fact, it starts a week from this Friday night. I know you find that hard to believe. Tonight on the update, you'll find out our number 16 team, and then right up until the start of high school football on Friday a week, we'll be counting them up right to the number 1 team. Once again, right here at the Little League World Series with the live action going on in the bottom of the 6th inning. It is 6-1 with Norridge, Illinois, trailing the team from Tucson, Arizona. We'll have more tomorrow, and of course, Jay Christopher here again at noon. We'll see you later. Nolan? Okay, Tim, thank you. And we'll be back in one moment with an historic look at an historic landmark for the museum, the Little League Museum here in South Williamsport.
We know the wild and crazy days of rock and roll are here to stay. Hopefully some of these fashions are. But that's why I like Pickway. Pickway has the awesome styles and more of the classics too at prices my mom loves. Let's dance!
More for school, like these absolutely devastating sport booties at Oxfords for girls on sale for $7.88.
So when you want to go from cool to school, shop Pickway.
Pickway shoes, we make fashion affordable.
For sure.
Bay's exciting new circular is so packed with money-saving buys, some people just can't wait to get down to their nearest store.
Save 15 cents on strong, absorbent Markel towels on sale at Bay's 2 for $99. Save on Big Stick pens 10-pack and Big Erasable pens 4-pack, only 88 cents each. And save 69 cents on Brixerol decongestant tablets. Package of 10, just $2.49.
Bay's not your average drugstore.
Obviously.
Finally tonight, one stop that all the Little Leaguers and their families make here in South Williamsport is at the Peter McGovern Little League Baseball Museum. Now, the Little League Museum is a $2 million museum that opened 4 years ago. It now honors the first full-time president of Little League Baseball. Peter McGovern died 2 years ago. Just last week, this building received its 100,000th visitor. Over 1,100 visitors have come through here this week so far. What do you see? Well, 2 floors, 8 full rooms of Little League exhibits, uniforms of those who went on to become pro ball players, such as the Phil's Mike Schmidt or Keith Hernandez of the Mets. And the kids can actually hit balls and watch instant replays of their baseball form. Looks like a lot of fun. I'd like to stay around a little bit, but of course there's an update tonight, so we'll be back. We'll just say this is Newswatch 16 from South Williamsport. Karen?
Be sure to join us tonight on the update when we'll talk with the new mayor of Centralia.
For the team, thank you for joining us.
Enjoy your evening.